replace the seven dwarves with seven average people instead. Do you think Disney made the right choice doing this?
Oh, wow. I didn't think this was going to be the question today.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ty here with another episode of Contentious Conversations. If you guys saw the pre-roll and you didn't just skip to this part, then you know what we're talking about. So Disney just released the first images of the new Snow White movie. And it's interesting because they've replaced the seven dwarves with seven average height people, right? So like regular people. I don't know why they. I feel like I don't know what's with this new. We're trying to rename everything. It's just weird. It's weird. Um, Average people. Okay, so regular people. Me, you, anybody. So they replaced them with regular people, and there is now an uproar as to replacing those jobs. And in all honesty, this conversation kind of reveals to me kind of a lot about human nature, right? It's not like I understand it from both angles, but my weird point, right? I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Is I'm gonna play devil's advocate for the corporation. This is something I would probably never do in general, right? Like I don't generally support corporations. That's not my politics. Like I feel like I've side with people, I would say 80-90% over corporations, because sometimes corporations can be, a lot of the times corporations can be wrong, but sometimes people can be wrong as well when it comes to things. Like I don't think people are 100% right all the time. That's just me. If that's not you, if that's your view. You're okay. It's okay to have that, right? So let's just watch this interaction with Wee Man from Jackass. You guys don't know the show? Jackass is awesome. Wee Man's awesome. Like awesome dude, awesome cast member from Jackass, awesome individual in real life. Like because I've seen some of his like podcasts and like he skates for real. Like he's like a for real deal. Like he skates. Like hey, don't play. He'll drop it. All right, so Wee Man's an interesting character, but they came to him and they asked him because he's I don't even know what the politically correct term is. It dwarves or little people or but they came to him. TMZ came to him and asked him, "Hey, Disney has just released this. What do you think of this?" And his answer is very, very telling. Listen to it. All right.
Um, it's funny you should ask this because a buddy of mine we're talking about.
Snow White movie, replace the seven dwarves with seven average people instead. Do you think Disney made the right choice doing this?
Oh, wow. I didn't think this was going to be the question today. um, it's funny you should ask this because a buddy of mine we're talking about this the other day, and it's perfect timing for this because of all the AI and all that like SAG and the Writers Guild are going through. Um, it's a bad thing. I'm not agreeing with it. One, because what they're doing is pretty much you're replacing jobs that people could have as little people. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it's for dwarfs, you know. And what we were discussing too the other day was the Wonka movie, and Hugh Grant is now playing an Oompa Loompa.
So what he's talking about there is an Oompa Loompa movie that's coming out. There is a Willy Wonka movie, and Hugh Grant has actually been CG'd, right, to look like an Oompa Loompa. And the director went on to defend it by saying along the lines of, "It looks weird until you see it, like finally, like it's not as bad as it looks," kind of thing. Like you just kind of have to wait for it to kind of come out. Let me see if I have the image pulled up somewhere. So here is what Hugh Grant looks like as an Oompa Loompa. just so you guys get a context of what Wee Man is talking about right here. So this is Hugh Grant, right? And the quote is, "Because it's CG, it looks terrible until it looks good. It's a miracle." So the director of it is trying to say like, "Yo, just give it a chance." Da, 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 da. But the point that um, Wee Man is making is, well, just because you CG him doesn't make him a real dwarf. You're still taking jobs away from us. You're still taking food out of our mouths, right? And this is where it becomes a little interesting. All right. So let's go back to Wee Man's comments. Right?
So I guess Hugh Grant, you're now identifying as a little person.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I mean,
wow.
right? Okay, well, I know Peter Dinklage, criticized the film for having little people play dwarves because he said it typecast them.
It totally does.
See?
It does, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here is my dilemma. Let me play that in full for you again so that it kind of it hits you the same way it hit me. All right. The up until this point, the fact that we didn't have dwarves in the movie was a problem, right? I understand. There's jobs out there. If somebody was like, "Yo," every time somebody plays, it's think about it this way. Every time somebody plays like the Prince of Egypt and it's a white person, come on, people get up in arms. It's like, yo, that doesn't look Arab. He doesn't look Middle Eastern, right? Like that does not match what the people of that era looked like, right? And then on the other hand, when the movie's made, right? If the movie was casted with all Arab cast, da 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 da, and it doesn't sell well, oh, now Hollywood and sabotage their movie. Da, 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 da. So like, it feels like this is why I said I feel like I have this weird corporatist take. Hollywood can't win. There's literally no way they can win. There's no way they can win. Listen to this. There's no way they can win.
Criticized the film for having little people play dwarves because he said it typecast them.
It totally does.
It does, okay.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, people are saying it. Like what you said, it's taking jobs away. So how are you feeling about that?
See, that's where you're going to like. Life is so nuanced and interesting that some people, right, are going to be like, oh, any movie about that has dwarves in the name, that has da da da, is positive because it's bringing awareness to it. It's bringing us to the forefront. It's talking about us. We're not marginalized in this movie. It's us and her, right? We are an essential part of the story. That's how some people are going to look at it. But then you're going to have another portion of the population who believes these people are oppressed. Da, 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 da. Like, it's just such a weird time to live in. It's so weird. It's like everything is polarized, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. So like, there's no way a corporation can win. Like, because you cannot please 100% of people ever. There's nothing that 10 people are going to agree on. You're going to say this is blue. They're going to say it's mauve. They're going to say it's aqua. It's just, that's where we are in life and politics today. And it's super interesting. It's super interesting that we get to these points where it's just like, nobody knows. No, there's no clear cut like there. And I think that's what the my ultimate conclusion is. It's just never a clear cut. Like, all right, I'm doing this and it's the right thing to do. You just gotta do it and then hope it's like, it's such an interesting time. Like, I hope you guys find like the points that I'm trying to make. Maybe it might not be going over your head, but I'm just fascinated that Peter Dinklage, another little person, another short person, it's like, hey, I would not even take the job because it's like degrading to us. Like, yo, what?
I mean, it's not affecting me personally. That's why I didn't speak out about it. I'm surprised TMZ's coming to me with this. It's awesome, though. I love TMZ. But I do think that this is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Why are you hiring Snow White and the seven average people? you
Mhm.
know. So it's if that's what they want to do, then I guess they're gonna have a lot of people angry at them.
Okay. Yeah, I get you. I mean, do you think there's anything Disney can do to make this right? Like, what do they have to do? You know?
Well, if they want to make it right, they redo the movie and they
Oh, okay.
recast and they get Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do that. The movie's already done. They just shot it. They posters already out. Images are it's done. You're not getting that back. The what do you say? It's something's out of the box. The something is out of the box. I don't know. The cat's out of the box or whatever it is. But yeah, I believe that it's weird because of the double standard, the triple standard. Like, how do you create anything nowadays? Like, how do you generally like create anything with freedom, right? That's why it's so hard for comedians nowadays because they've got to like everything is a landmine. You say this, somebody mad. You say this, somebody mad. You say black, oh, white, oh, woman, oh, this, oh, like it's just everybody gets so offended. Everybody gets so up in arms by every little thing, and it's just like doesn't get tired. Like people don't get tired. Like I can only be like upset for so long before I'm like, you know what? I don't have the energy. Like my energy can be better spent happy. Like I'm not gonna spend I don't have a lot of time on this planet, so I'm not gonna spend half of it being angry for no reason at people who don't do nothing for me. Like I think it's so weird. Let me see if I can find the Peter Dinklage. Okay, so he's saying it's a backwards remake of it, which is super weird. Well, apparently Snow White's not white either, so see, look, somebody else is mad. Snow White isn't white. White people are mad. It's so funny. Like everybody, like, yo, there's no like, there is, yeah. Okay, so let's see if I can find. Okay, Peter Dinklage. Okay, so this is weird because now the controversy is a lot bigger than I thought it was. I'm telling you, I'm just finding out all this as I'm like scrolling through. White people are mad that the Snow White character isn't a white one. Like on first look, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think, oh, that's not a like that didn't cross my mind. Like it didn't jump out to me. So in my mind, she kind of passes white. Like she look like if you look at the pictures of her, right? Let me show you my screen just so you guys are in on this a little bit. So like the articles that you're gonna see about Peter Dinklage is there's one that says he destroys Disney, costing them $100 million. And if you look at this lady right here, this is I don't want to click on these guys just because I'm not gonna get copyrighted for no reason. Let me do a control plus and use this for you guys. All right. So he criticizes them. So let's watch these guys.
Peter Dinklage is criticizing Disney's live-action remake of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, accusing the studio of double standards and calling on Disney to reassess the entire project.
Yeah, while the cast is racially diverse, with Latino actress Rachel Ziegler playing Snow White.
Didn't know that.
About the other damaging stereotypes seen elsewhere in the story as he spoke on Mark Maron's WTF podcast.
There's a lot of hypocrisy going on, I gotta say, from being somebody who's a little bit unique, front row seat to some.
Really? Like what? Like what do you see?
Well, it's really progressive to cast literally no offense to anything, but I was a little taken back by the they were very proud to cast a Latino actress as Snow White.
Yeah.
But you're still telling the story of Snow White.
Snow White, yeah.
And Seven Dwarfs.
Sure.
So, look, take a step back and look at what you're doing there.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me.
Well, so what?
You're progressive in one way, but you're still making that backward story of seven dwarves living in a cave. What the are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. I don't know what studio that is, but they were so proud of that, and all love and respect to the actress and to the people who thought they were doing the right thing. But I'm just like, what are you doing?
Okay, so I guess his contention is that the dwarves are like, you're portraying dwarves as these people that live in these caves and stuff like that. So like maybe you can see like if kids see like a dwarf on the street, they're gonna go, "Oh, Snow White, oh, let's go," Like, so I think he's worried about some of that kind of thing happening. That's where I would go with it. I'm playing devil's advocate for Peter Dinklage right now. I'm saying like, all right, let's steel man his argument in the sense that like, because what a lot of people do when they argue is they'll make up something that somebody is saying and then they'll fight that. Like, I'm trying to listen to what he's saying and then actually addressing what he's saying. That's what I'm trying to do right now. And the words that he's saying are essentially, it's backwards because you're portraying dwarves as these kind of cave people, these people who are untrained, these people who kids and people should see as these mythical creatures when they're human beings, right? That's my literal interpretation of what he's saying. And if I'm wrong and you guys don't feel like that's what I'm saying, let me know in the comment section. Y'all definitely be letting me know in the comments section. But all right, this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, their are not interesting. These guys are idiots. I don't know if they're idiots. I'm just saying shit. I'm just talking shit. But yeah, I just, it's a weird position to have, and I think a lot of people are mad at him for saying that. But it's weird. It's one of those like, can a non-little person talk about little people issues if he's not a little person? Like, that's like, we get to that point, in the conversation. It's weird. It's weird because, like I said, my intro, my opening monologue still stands true. I don't know how corporations win. Like, there's no, like, the corporation just has to be like, I'm making a movie. I don't care what, like, I don't care. The movie's done. I watch it, don't watch it, is up to you. Right? Like, you gonna cost me $100 million? Cool. Go right ahead. Right? Business has got to go on. Because at some point, when you're trying to serve too many masters, when you're trying to just be, oh, let me PC this, let me do the woke this, or let me do what the right wing wants to do, or let me, like, when you do that and you're trying to pander one way or the other, you're trying to be bro, that shit does not work. Make good movies. That's all that matters, bro. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. If it's not a good movie, it's a bad movie. That's all that it is. Like, people want to put everything, life and death, into a single movie that lasts an hour. It's an hour-long thing of fake people, fake acting, and fake, like, it's not like it's not the end of the world. But I say that sitting here, not having these issues, right? Like, my perspective could be very, very jaded and from a position of what they would say, privilege, because I'm of average height, all right? So the issues that these people face, I probably will never face them, and I understand that. right? But my problem is what it's not just, I'm not saying this is just like a door thing. It's like the white thing too. It's like they cast a Spanish person. Ay caramba! How dare they do that? Like, come on. Like, the Prince of Egypt is not Middle Eastern. Okay. It's just, at some point, don't go see the movie. If you don't like the person playing the cat guy you like, don't go see it. It's just, I promise you, you won't die. You're not gonna miss a meal unless you force yourself to, right? Like, you're not gonna stop breathing when this movie comes out, unless you have some underlying condition I don't know about. Like, I promise you that it's never that serious, right? Like, it's just never like, oh my God, they made a movie about something black and they casted somebody that's not black. Okay, then let them make a shitty movie. Like, it's not my money. I'm not gonna spend my money to go see it. So why does it that's their, like, if somebody came into your art studio and your thing and wanted to tell you how to make everything, somebody came in your house. All right, that's not how you make breakfast. That's not how we like to eat breakfast. That's not how. Like, you can't police everything. If you try to police everything, you're not gonna have a happy life, because you're gonna find upset. You're gonna find problems at every single turn. You know why? Because nobody is perfect. I want to say that again, because some people don't really get it. They don't really let it sink into their noggin. Nobody, not you, not your mama, not your pastor, not your imam, not your Buddhist, not your gynecologist. Nobody is perfect. Not the damn idiot that you see on Instagram, not the thoughts that you see scrolling up and down your gram, not the buff douches that you see. Nobody's perfect. None of us are perfect. Nobody's perfect. The studios aren't perfect. They're made up of all of those people that I just described, right? They're made up of human beings. And you know what happens when you get a bunch of imperfect people together? They can make some imperfect shit. And sometimes the imperfection is what makes it beautiful. Sometimes the imperfection is what makes it us. But we have gotten to this point in our society where if you don't like something, this corporation has to go. We need to end it all. Blow it up. Start over. Make it a movie. Well, then go see the movie. Don't go see the movie if you don't want to. Nobody gonna put a gun to you. Nobody gonna put a rifle in your back and be like, hey, you're gonna have to buy that ticket now. Nobody's gonna do that. So you've got to be cool, bro. Like, I'm telling people, like, it's never that serious. It's never that serious. Let's take a step back. Let's look at it for what it is. Disney, a corporation, made the choice to pursue what? What? The money. The moolah. That's what they care about. They don't care about what you think that the dwarf should look like, or Snow White to look like, or what Queen Cleopatra should look like, or what the real African. They don't give a damn. Like, you know how much they care? They care until the dollars make sense. If the dollars don't make sense for it, they're not doing it. Bro, if it doesn't make sense to like chase some narrative or like put this, bro, they will cut any part of it out so fast it doesn't make them money. That's the reason they do testing. That's the reason they do testing. They test these things for that reason. They showed it before they showed it to y'all. You don't think, I want to sit here and ask you guys, you don't think Disney already knew what the backlash from this movie was? I'm almost 95% sure that they've already literally tested every single aspect of this rollout that they're rolling out. So they probably already knew what the general consensus like overview is. They might have done a panel for like 4 or 5 weeks. I've been on some of these things where They'll bring you in, right? They'll show you a movie, they'll give you a product, they'll do something, and they'll get your reaction. It's a bunch of people that's sitting around. So they do this already with regular people. They do, I guarantee you, any of this stuff, they already kind of know. They're just wondering how many millions of dollars they got cushioned, right? Before it starts affecting the bottom line. This ain't going to affect the bottom line. It didn't affect the bottom line of The Little Mermaid. It's not going to affect this bottom line. It's not going to affect any of the movies that y'all talk. The Barbie movie is the #1 in the world. Bro, y'all hate it. Everybody hates this movie. If you read any article online, every human being hates this movie. That movie has grossed more money than most of Disney's franchise together. You don't understand. Your outrage literally means when it comes to dollars. Zero. I could have done this, but that was too little of zero for how much it means to their bottom. Bro, it means this. Because they do testing. They know what's going to sell. They know what's going to work. They know what's going to market. Bro, they're experts at this. They've been doing this for 100 years almost now. They've got, like, I'm telling you, what you find out about companies like Disney and all these Pixar and all, they have like psychologists that they go to. They go to behavioral therapists to learn how you think, to learn how we perceive some of the things, the images. They know exactly when to cut the frame. They know exactly when to put a person in the scene. I'm telling you, I went to school for some of this. Their jobs is to place characters in front of you in the right angle so that it leads your eye. They will place literally every single object that leads to your eye. Even me, I do it now just so you guys, and you guys might not notice, but I do things to lead your eye to where I want your eye to be led to. Bro, there's a psychology behind all of this stuff. If you look at the lightsabers behind my head, they're pointing to my head for a reason. I want you to focus here. Bro, these people do it on such a crazy level. If I'm doing it and I'm a regular person, think about somebody with multi-million dollars. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Is it overblown? Am I crazy or something? But like, I'm just telling you, it's something they do. They know how much it's gonna make. They don't care because they're gonna make money. It's your boy Todd. Contentious Conversations, and I'm out.